we're so excited to share our project, Capu Connect. The problem that we decided to tackle are the difficulties that come with networking, especially in modern-day society. According to a global study done by LinkedIn, 80% of professionals found that networking was essential to their careers. However, of this number, 40% of them admitted to struggling with it. I know this is something that we can all even relate to as college students at career fairs and internship expos. And similarly to these professionals, many people found it overwhelming and intimidating, especially when they were just starting out. Additionally, many people found it difficult to find these relevant events and like-minded peers who may share the same goals or want to build the same skills. And speaking of skills, especially in tech industry, these skills need to be constantly developed and updated. So what's our solution? Capu Connect. Capu Connect is a casual virtual environment made for networking. It simulates a coffee chat, which is a very low-risk environment and is very easygoing, which we found to be important as it creates a welcoming environment to these professionals and especially new grads. It is also built to help professionals find workshops and events nearby to them, which promotes skill building. And our algorithm matches users with other people who share similar goals, experiences, and want to build the same skills. And here's our demo.
So this brings us to our demonstration of what Capu Connect is. So Capu Connect is hosted on Next.js with a React and Tailwind CSS front end, and it draws directly from its database, the MongoDB database. So this is our current statistics of what the database is for our users, its events, and as well as attendees. And additionally, it uses Next authentication for a user to be able to sign in. And if the user is not signed in, then they're prompted to on the login or register buttons. And this is what the registration form looks like. So they fill out this information below, and then it makes a few API calls to be able to put the user's information in. And the most important features for the user to be able to plug in are the industry, as well as the skills, which are utilized for the user to be able to connect with other users or other events, using our algorithm that we'll talk about a little bit later. And we also used a web scraper to be able to parse using CSV parser as well as Puppeteer all the event skills on Eventbrite. And if you fill out this information below and then confirm, you either could go back and edit it or as well as confirm, and then it'll call API route to register you. And this is how you sign in too. So I'm just gonna plug in my information right here. And then you're prompted to either go discover or network now that you're signed in. So click on discover. This is how you make a lot of matches. So you could pass, you could connect, you could connect, you can connect. And all these users are actually being directly put on your feed based off the skills as well as industries that they have. And this is done through a vector embedding priority-based system. So if they have skills or industries that match up, then they show up. And if you go to connections here, these are all the connections or people that you matched with. And you can look at all their information, so LinkedIn's, bios, etc. And additionally, you also can see what kind of events that they are attending. So for instance, some of the users might be attending this emotional intelligence event, and you also can select to say that you're attending it, or if you're not attending it. It'll also show how many matches are attending it. And additionally, if you scroll down, using our vector embedding priority-based system, which we use like cosine similarity for in a lot of vector math, you're able to see events that we think you might actually enjoy personally. Because a lot of users, they are probably unsure of like what events in the area are available or what events are kind of pertaining to their industry that they're in, and they want to connect with more things. So it's just really critical for people.
Meanwhile, some of our accomplishments are that we were able to successfully build a swipe and match feature that we implemented in order to find connections. We also made a reliable web scraper to surface events and workshops nearby. We have an authentication system for user access. We can log in, and we have registered users, and you can be prompted. We also have a routing system to display connections and the events that they are attending.
So what's next for Capu Connect? We really want to expand past San Francisco and New York to have a larger scope for our project. We also want to extend beyond the tech industry more into like liberal arts and humanities in order for everyone to be able to network. We also really want to implement a live messaging feature so our users can just chat within our own app instead of having to reach out maybe on LinkedIn or other third-party applications.
And that's all. Thank you so much.